What's going on, guys? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through the politics so you don't drown too. I am just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. Now, the video that you just saw was a story that was developing, I believe, for about 3 days. There was a woman in Kansas that nobody knew who she was, and apparently she was in front of somebody's house, and they believed that this girl woman had been abducted and kidnapped. And you had a lot of people sitting there, and they were saying that, making up their own stories, saying that you could hear the guy saying he was going to rape her, or you could hear the guy say a name, or etc., etc. And I was watching this story develop, and I was saying to myself, man, I really, seriously, seriously hope that that girl gets found safe, and it's just the boyfriend with the girl and he's just being handsy in a sense. She's probably drunk or some shit like that. Because, shit like that happens. And to which I say, if you're ever in a situation or a relationship like that, just don't be. If you're with a girl and she gets that kind of ridiculous, just leave. Just leave them. Just leave them. Don't get. This is why that's not the type of lifestyle for me. I personally couldn't do it. And that's the best case scenario, right? Because a worst case is that this woman was just abducted and kidnapped, which is terrible. Good news, that woman was found. She actually called. Apparently, her boyfriend. It wasn't. He didn't rape her. Apparently, from what, at least from what we know, the guy was her boyfriend. Didn't rape her. She was just being drunk or whatever the hell it is. And you know what? That's the best case scenario. And I said, cool, great. But then I saw another story pop up immediately. And it's a woman named Kata Scott. And apparently it's over up on Twitter right now. So Kata Scott was abducted and by a man named Keon King. And apparently this man kidnapped or abducted a person previously. So a car believed to be connected to the disappearance of Kata Scott was found Wednesday afternoon in the East Falls section of Philadelphia. Chopper 6 was overhead as officers carted off the parking lot at Gypsy Lane Condos. The vehicle, a 1999 metallic gold Toyota Camry with Pennsylvania tags, matched the description and license plate number released by investigators earlier in the day. Officers was led to the location by a tip received at 3:10 p.m. The car, which was heavy front and damaged and heavily tinted windows, will be searched once a warrant is approved. Earlier Wednesday, police deployed drones, K9 units, and crime scene teams to search an abandoned elementary school near the Aubrey Arboretum. I hope I said that right. In Germantown. Sources say they found physical evidence at the scene, including Scott's card and a phone case. All right. Shortly after arriving there, we were able to locate some physical evidence which ties Miss Scott to the scene. And obviously, this is very substantial, says Sergeant Eric Grip with the Philadelphia Police Department. Tips have been flooding in after police announced the arrest of 21-year-old Keon King at Southwest Philadelphia, who authorities say was the last person in contact with Scott. King has been charged with kidnapping, recklessly endangering another person, and use of a communication facility. And this is them right there. There's still no sign of Scott. Now this is where this is a fucking well, it's already been really bad because first and foremost, what do you mean? Well, with the information I know, how did this individual who has a history. They say allegedly, but I think it's not allegedly. I think that there's actual proof that I think this year he actually kidnapped someone else. Mind you, 21 years old, kidnapping people. All right. There is still no sign of Scott, who vanished after her overnight shift at her job in Chestnut Hill on October 4th. So she's been gone for 12 days. Yo, that's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. Police are still working to determine how King and Scott knew each other, but they believe the pair came into contact in the days before the disappearance. Our evidence is pretty clear that she was in communication with an individual. That individual appears to meet her very shortly after she leaves her place of work, and very shortly after that, she disappears, said Philadelphia Police Deputy Commissioner Frank Venor on Wednesday. What we know about the car connected the chase. Police told the Toyota Camry from the apartment complex where it was found. Sources say King's family lives near the location and the vehicle belongs to the suspect. All right. So I'm guessing her belongings were in the car and this dude just happens to, yeah, this is a problem. This whole thing is a problem. And I'm kind of formulating something in my head, but let's continue. The vehicle had reportedly been listed on Facebook Marketplace about 3 weeks ago and was parked at the condo complex for at least 5 days. We believe she may have been in that vehicle, Assistant District Attorney Ashley Tozowski, Tozlowski said. Surveillance footage shows the driver leaving the property about 35 minutes after arriving. The resident had approved the driver's access to the lot, but it is still unclear who was behind the wheel. Amy Clayton says her neighbor saw the Toyota in the parking lot and called police. There's bad people in the world. We all know that. It's unfortunate, but never have I ever felt anything but safe here, said Clayton. Police say the car has been seen in multiple neighborhoods across the city before it was recovered. We know that it's been in Mount Airy. We have photos of it in Center City. We have pictures of it in Grace Ferry area and in Southwest Philadelphia. So it's possible that it could be anywhere. It could be outside the city, Venor said. Now, crime pattern. Police says King has an alleged pattern with this type of history and are asking any other victims to come forward. Tozoksley said King is allegedly connected to a previous kidnapping and strangulation case from earlier in 2005. That case was never tried because the victim did not appear in court. Okay, so the picture in my head is getting a little bit clearer. And if you guys are capable of thinking outside the box or just following the story, something should be turning in your head. Officials said Wednesday they are going to refile charges. So at this point, we have two open kidnapping cases that will face preliminary hearings in the coming months. Before her appearance, Scott had told people that she was being harassed, but it is unclear if the person that I'm sorry, it is unclear if King was the person allegedly harassing her. Picture gets a little clearer. While King is in custody, police said there is still a lot of work that needs to be done. We are treating this as if Miss Scott is still alive. Oh man. We are treating this as if Miss Scott is still alive, Venor said. This comes just day after officials said homicide investigators were assisting in the case. The case has shifted to homicide because we have the most experienced investigators in our homicide unit. They have the most experience dealing with all type of investigations. They also have the most resources available to them, Stanford explained on Wednesday. Police say her car was still at work the day she went missing and that her phone is dead. Action News learned police searched the home last Thursday night on the 550 block, 5500 block of or 5500 block of Belnor Terrace in Southwest Philadelphia the next day. Police were out in force searching the Aubrey Arboretum, which is about 3 miles from where Scott was last seen. All right. So let me just say what I think is happening. All right. I think in this case, right, we really need to start looking out for each other better than what we're doing. Because things are gonna start getting much more dangerous. I think this is probably this is probably something gang related, or maybe this individual is the person that they call to do this type of shit. Again, 21 years old, probably got paid to do this type of shit. The last person that he did this to didn't show up in court. You get what I'm saying? There's a good chance this girl's not alive. There's a good chance this girl is not alive. Here's the thing though. If he was tied to some shit like this happening not a couple of years ago, this year, why were no eyes on this individual? Why were there no eyes on this individual? Does that make any sense to anybody listening to this right now? The fact of the matter that no one's seen this girl since October 4th, and the only link she has is to an individual who's kidnapped somebody in the past. Because let's stop the bullshit about the allegation thing, right? Let's just stop it, right? This does not this is not a good sign. This is terrible. And as of right now, I'm pretty sure there's no new things coming out about this, right? I don't think there's anything new that's coming out about this. We I can check right now, real time to see. But so he has the alarming arrest history. So there's more. He's been arrested more times than. Let me see. Okay, so what's alarming? How many times? Because if he's been arrested before, okay, okay, I'm skimming through this real quick. Alarmingly, police reveal King has been charged earlier this year with kidnapping another woman he knew. A case that was withdrawn after the alleged victim failed to show up for court more than once. Yeah, okay, so again, this could probably be gang related, or maybe he's just a. Either way, he's just a menace to fucking society. And as far as I'm concerned, you lock this motherfucker away until he's too old and frail to ever kidnap somebody ever again. If you decide to ever let an individual like this out again, this is not a person that should ever be on the streets. Can we all agree on this? Okay, it says officials now say they intended to refile charges in that case. In that instance, King allegedly kidnapped a woman from outside her home, pushed her into a car, assaulted her, and then released her from the vehicle. So yeah, this shit is not alleged. This is the shit he does. Right? This is every criminal has a pattern, right? Okay, I don't know what any of this other shit is. So yeah, he has a pattern. He clearly did it freeze? He clearly has a pattern. And the thing that's so sad about this is exactly what I be talking about when I be saying all of these problems that we have is because and it's two pronged, right? The mental illness that they let run unchecked, and the criminal element that they go relax and they let run unchecked. You handle either side of those things and you go hard on either side of those things. You can do both at the same time. But if you go hard on either side, the other side damn near disappears. damn near disappears. At least that's the way I see it, because I've seen it happen before. When you have, say, for example, criminals that can't get away with saying that they're mentally ill type shit, you clean up the streets. When you got mentally ill people that know that if they do something crazy, they get put away. Listen, honestly, mentally ill individuals who are dangerous should be treated no different than criminals. And we need to get to this point where we understand that these people need to be off of the streets. I don't understand how an individual like this, who did some shit like this, was not being watched because she didn't show up. No one just, man, this is crazy. Again, it's sad. And I was looking through the comments of this thing because I was like, man, I want to see if there's any things that's breaking about this story. I would like for this story to have a good ending. And I'm looking through the comments, right? He abducted somebody before and he was out walking the street, which, yeah, right? Why was he out on the streets to kidnap another person? So this is a pattern with him. Why was he allowed to run the streets? This is exactly what we're asking, right? And I'm hearing right now that New York, Madami has an 87% chance to win the mayor race. New York is going to be a very dangerous place, and it's crazy because I keep thinking of New York when I think of this right here. Because I'm telling you, you can say that this shit is Islamophobic. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say. When it's gonna turn into it's gonna slowly start turning into London, and all of the deranged motherfuckers who they run unchecked in their communities, they're gonna let's. Oh my gosh, it's gonna get bad. When we say relax crime, when we say like, because he doesn't even believe in and prisons. Oh man. So dude, really? All right. Oh my God. Oh wow, great work. I pray she's found alive. Dirtbag. He's scary looking. I pray to God he doesn't hurt that beautiful woman. Someone has to ask a tough question here. He abducted someone earlier this year, and he is somehow still on the street. There's no question to ask here. We need to come to the point where it's just like, look, that three strike rule, it needs to come back, but it needs to be fair across the fucking board. That's it. No more of this bullshit where you got menaces to society and you're releasing them on the same goddamn week after they done stab somebody, after they done rape somebody. No more of that shit. No more. We can't do it anymore. Of course, this is wishful thinking because this is not possible anymore because every state, especially states ran by people on the left, these radical leftists, they believe the criminals should have more rights and more chances than law-abiding citizens. This is so fucking frustrating. He's probably a career criminal who was given multiple chances to create more victims. I believe so. Parasite ending Parasite. Why would the police intervene? Now, that was where I stopped looking into the comments and I said, wow. I said, wow. Now, remember when I was saying, I've said multiple times, when it comes down to individuals who they're not good people, they pretend to be good people. Um, they're bad people, upset bad people, are doing bad things because they want to do bad things. I had to click on this account here, right? I had to click on this account. And it says, Satan is only with Israel. And I said, what type of person is this? And then I saw this. Jewish woman stabbed herself twice, staged anti-Semitic hate crime in France. This is not normal. And I said, oh, it's one of these accounts. It's one of these Jew hating. Now, granted, listen, I'll say it again. Fuck the Jews. Fuck the Muslims. I wish you guys would stop fucking killing each other. But at the end of the day, I don't have no allegiance or loyalty or feel better or worse towards anyone. I know realistically, I got personal beef against Muslims after 9/11. which they say is the Jews. But let's be real here, because I'm watching these type of fucking profiles, right? Now, where have we seen this before? Woke judge extraordinary promise that allow career criminal to walk free as his own mom begged for him to lock him up, right? So we're getting a picture here. They just hate white people. They would never ever let a white gang of youths avoid jail. Blacks murdering you because of your race. So we're getting a bit. Oh, okay. So now we see the type. So now we see the type of account that this is, right? And we the right has a real problem right now with these type of accounts that are hijacking their movement. And we gotta. I'm telling you, yeah, you better start removing these people because right now these people are distractors, right? These people are ruining everything for everyone. So if you can no longer feel something for somebody, such as a person being fucking kidnapped and disappearing for a couple of days based on their skin color, that your first thing to say, random person, is parasite taking out a parasite. Why would the police intervene? You're worse than, in my eyes, than the fucking kidnapper. And this is the thing that I'm telling you guys who are listening to this video to watch out for, and don't become like that. The second you start, oh, I don't care about anything as long as my side wins, type shit, you lose the fucking plot. You become just as bad as that thing. So I'm looking and trying to see real, because I already got the picture, but I needed to verify. So I always go to someone's followers. I see a watermelon here. Okay, Palestine flag, Palestine flag. I only follow those who love Palestine. Free Palestine. 9/11 visited. Okay. Lily Gladys. Okay. Okay. Fighting against Islamophobes. Okay. Rate 500K raise for Gaza. Yeah. Pearl Davis. All right. I mean, she's in that weird thing. Tristan Tate, Andrew Tate, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson. All right, now, as I said, people, avoid people like this. The right has a parasite problem. And if the right does not get rid of the parasite problem, I've been warning the right about this shit for over almost 6 months. If the right cannot rid themselves of the ticks and fleas, they're going to die. And the left won't even have to lift a finger. They won't even have to lift a fucking finger. So you keep sitting there and you keep letting accounts like this, who are coming in here just to sabotage, they don't care about any fucking thing but pain and suffering, get into the mix and see what happens. Again, I hope that they find this girl alive. If any of you guys come into anything with this story, and if any good news, please leave it in the comments. I don't want to hear anybody sit there and say some shit about me trying to spin a story to make blacks look good, because I cover a wide range of fucking things. I cover what the fuck I want to cover. That's what I do. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I cover the LGBT bullshit. I cover that trans bullshit. I cover illegal bullshit. I cover the Muslim bullshit. I cover them going after our children bullshit. I listen, black, white, Asian, I don't give a fuck what you are. My channel has always been rated E for everyone, meaning everybody can fucking get them. Everybody can fucking get it. These hands are rated E for everyone, right? I know it probably upsets some people because I'm going to say what's on my fucking mind. Don't end up like that shit stain fake account. Don't end up like that. If you're going to be angry, make sure that it's just. But for you to be so fucking blind that the first thing you see, the first thing you care about is the person's skin color. If that's the first thing that you care about, When a person's been fucking forcefully abducted, kidnapped, that tribalism that you claim the other group has, well, you deserve each other. Anyway, that's the video. I'll catch you guys next time. And please, everyone, be safe out there. Peace.